No more gambling, just systematic upgrading. Find the purple line support, that's a discount, kid. Paying all your monthly bills, that's the knowledge I give.
Netflix stock. Haven't talked about this one in a long time. When the whole trans, if you guys recall, the stock started dropping because, oh no, they released a trans show. Yeah, they released a trans show, so, you know, let's boycott because no trans in my kids' shows. So that led to the, you know, huge dump that you see there from 134 to a low of, where's my arrow tool? Okay, 134 to $76, which, if we can measure this real quick, that's a nice smelly 43% discount from highs. And since then, it's finally starting to recover, forming a bull flag here. Let's see if it plays out and gets a breakout, because if it breaks out, it can go to 108 and then 122, then back to all-time highs, and I can finally unbag myself because my average is at 120s. I'm not concerned about this, no. We knew this was gonna happen, right? We knew historically speaking that this stock likes to have huge sell-offs, and then it goes back to all-time highs and beyond. We can see that on the monthly time frame, right? Whoa, it's almost like it's part of the game here for Netflix. Huge dump here, right, from 69 to 17. We can even measure how much of a drop that was. Haha, someone's gonna say something about 69, I'm sure. 77, wow, that's actually a worse drop. Back in 2022, it dropped 77%. It actually had a worse drop than the one currently. But then it recovered all the way back to 69, haha, I'm sure, and then from 69 to 134, right? And look at that, it's almost like it's a rinse and repeat pattern, and that's why I'm not concerned. Quarterly time frame, let's go to the yearly. I think the yearly is going to be more obvious. Yeah, so on the yearly time frame, what do you see? Wow, look at that. On the yearly time frame, Netflix just keeps doing what? It keeps going up. Literally, it just keeps going up, and any red year is nothing more than opportunity for the big, you know, pump when the green years come around. Isn't that insane? I mean, we can even do some candle counting here, right? We can count. Look at this. This is insane. Okay, so the data here only goes as far back as 2001. But look at this. 2001, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's actually crazy. 7? So over the course of 25 years, 18 out of the 25 years were green years. And the other 7 out of 25 years were red years. Think about that for a second. 18 green years out of 25 years. 7 red years out of 25. And those 7 red years, every single time was nothing more than opportunity. This is why I wasn't scared. This is why I'm not concerned. You know, people always ask me, how do you not get concerned when you see stocks dump really hard? I'm like, why would I? I'm not buying trash. I'm buying stocks that, historically speaking, for decades have been pumping. They have way more green years than red, and every red year is nothing more than opportunity. So I still give this a buy. I mean, even from 100 to 134 is a 34% return. But historically speaking, this always goes higher. So we would expect it to go beyond 134 and potential for 50% return. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. It could take a while, right? It could be months, maybe another year before we finally go to all-time highs and beyond. But, I mean, I just showed you the most important piece of data, which is that yearly time frame. This is why I have so much confidence. This is why I'm never concerned, really, because it's like, what is there to be concerned about? This has been happening for 25 years. It tanks really hard, and then it recovers huge, and you make a lot of money on the recovery. Like, there's nothing to be concerned about with this one. We look at the revenues on the annual time frame here, the total revenues, the sales, and you can see it's a steady grower, right? Steady grower, not a shower, right? Steady growth here. 2019, 20 billion. 2020, 25 billion. And 29 billion in 2021, 31 billion in 2022, 33 billion in 2023, 38 billion in 2024, and 45 billion in 2025. They are growing at about 10%, 10 to 15% every year in terms of revenue, sales. So that's good. That's steady growth, right? Steady growth is better than GameStop with its no growth or sideways growth. It just goes nowhere. It doesn't even You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even grow its revenues. That's why it doesn't really go anywhere in terms of share price. Yeah, on the quarterly time frame, it's looking good as well. So you look at the revenues, you look at the bottom line, and you can see why this stock has performed the way it has. Anytime this thing gets a huge sell-off, whether it's because of a trans show, boycott, or whatever, it's opportunity. So I think if we get the breakout here above 100, because that's going to be a big level, 100, if we can get above 100, we go to 105, from there 116, and then 126. So look out above. We do have earnings on April 16th, so 12 days from now we got earnings. That's going to be very interesting to see what they announce. I'm pretty sure they've been raising prices all over the place, so we should only see their revenues climb at that point. I suspect they keep raising their revenues so that they can keep showing growth on the revenues. So when they release the statements, at least to the public, that's what I suspect. But I'm sure their members, the amount of people that keep getting Netflix, I'm sure it continues to grow. It's a big world out there. It's a wide world, guys. I've noticed a lot of people forget. Like the United States is exactly that. It's just one country. There's a lot of countries out there. People forget that. There's other humans beyond the United States borders. People forget that sometimes. So I think long term, bullish on Netflix. I think I have a sell target of 134, which is the previous high. From there, 150, and then long term, I see it back at 200. Don't forget that this thing went to $1,400. And then it did a forward split, not a reverse split. It did a forward split to bring down the price nice and cheap, because it was becoming too expensive to buy and hold. Regular people can't be buying a $1,500 stock. So they did a forward stock split so that everyone can buy something more affordable, right? Especially because it's at 100 compared to the 1,400 plus that it was at. So like it made a huge move to 1,400. Right? Like this thing, don't underestimate it. Do not underestimate. Don't sleep on this one. Alright guys, that's my overview of Netflix. Bullish on it. Up to you if you want to buy. If you buy, you gotta be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? No pain, no gain, right? If it comes down, you don't cry, you get excited for more discounts.